Welcome back, space explorers, to part 2 of fun facts about Ridley Scott's masterpiece, Alien. In our previous dive, we uncovered a treasure trove of fascinating facts and hidden details. From the origins of the xenomorph to the behind-the-scenes challenges faced by the cast and crew, we explored the intricacies that make this sci-fi horror classic so enduring. Now, we're ready to venture even deeper into the extraterrestrial abyss. In this second installment, we'll uncover more intriguing secrets, explore hidden meanings, and delve into the cultural impact of Alien. So get ready to be amazed as we unearth the surprising connections, Easter eggs, and trivia that have captivated audiences for decades. But before we begin, a usual reminder that this video will contain major spoilers. To maintain the element of surprise and shock surrounding the alien's appearance, no production images or descriptions were released to the public or even to Alan Dean Foster, the author of the novelization. This secrecy was intentional, as the filmmakers wanted to preserve the creature's terrifying reveal for audiences on the big screen. By withholding information about the alien's design and behavior, they created a sense of anticipation and mystery that added to the film's overall impact. To create the slimy appearance of the alien, the filmmakers used KY jelly. This lubricant was applied to the creature's skin to give it a wet, viscous texture. The choice of KY jelly was a practical one, as it was readily available and easy to apply, and its non-toxic nature also ensured the safety of the actors and crew. Harrison Ford was initially offered the role of Captain Dallas in Alien. However, he declined the opportunity, citing scheduling conflicts with his then-upcoming film, Apocalypse Now. This decision ultimately led to the casting of Tom Skerritt, who brought his own unique qualities to the role and helped to create a memorable and complex character. Ford's rejection of the role may have been a missed opportunity for him, but it ultimately worked out well for the film, as Skerritt's performance was highly praised by critics and audiences alike. To avoid any potential comparisons to a man in a suit, Ridley Scott made a deliberate decision to never film the alien directly facing the camera. By focusing on the creature's grotesque profile and emphasizing its inhuman features, Scott aimed to create a sense of unease and horror. This approach was particularly effective in maintaining the alien's mystique and preventing audiences from identifying with the creature. The director's careful framing and use of close-ups ensured that the alien remained a terrifying and enigmatic presence throughout the film. Ridley Scott's original vision for Alien was significantly more graphic and intense than the final product. The initial cut, packed with explicit violence and gore, met with negative feedback from test audiences, potentially leading to an X rating. To secure a wider audience, Scott reluctantly agreed to cut down on the blood and gore. While outtakes reveal the original, bloodier versions of scenes like the chestburster and Brett's death, the final cuts were intentionally toned down. Scott believed that excessive blood could diminish the impact of these shocking moments. By focusing on the actors' reactions and the inherent horror of the situations, the filmmakers aimed to create a more visceral and unforgettable experience rather than relying solely on gratuitous violence. The iconic space jockey, seen in Alien, almost didn't make it into the film. Due to technological limitations at the time, 20th Century Fox almost did not allow it on the pretext that creating a large-scale prop for a single scene seemed impractical. However, conceptual artist Ron Cobb successfully argued for its inclusion. He believed that the scene would elevate the film, establishing it as a grand-scale epic sci-fi adventure rather than a low-budget B-movie. The space jockey ultimately became a pivotal moment in the film, setting the stage for the terrifying encounters to come. A deleted scene from Alien was reinstated in the director's cut, featuring Lambert slapping Ripley in anger due to Ripley's refusal to let her and the other crew members back on the ship. This moment, showcasing the growing tension between the characters, was originally cut but later added to provide more context. Veronica Cartwright, who played Lambert, recalled that Sigourney Weaver would instinctively flinch whenever she attempted to slap her. To achieve a more authentic reaction, Ridley Scott instructed Cartwright to hit Weaver with full force. The resulting shocked expressions from Weaver, Yaphet Kotto, and Harry Dean Stanton added a layer of realism and intensity to the scene. Ridley Scott's 2004 director's cut of Alien presented a unique challenge. While fans had long requested the inclusion of deleted scenes, such as the scene where Ripley discovers the alien nest, Scott was hesitant to alter his original vision. To satisfy both audiences and maintain the film's pacing, he made careful selections and edits. The resulting director's cut, despite its name, is actually 1 minute shorter than the original theatrical release. Scott explained that this was due to the removal of unnecessary material, ensuring that the film's impact and pacing remained intact. While the director's cut offers additional insights and content, Scott maintained that the original version still represents his ideal vision of Alien. The eerie interior of the alien eggs in Alien was created with a surprisingly organic and disgusting material. To achieve the desired wet and gooey appearance, Ridley Scott and his design team used real cattle hearts and stomachs, sourced from a local butcher. The egg tube of the facehugger was made from sheep intestine, providing a truly authentic and unsettling texture. This unconventional approach to special effects added a layer of realism and disgust to the film, enhancing the horror and suspense. For the iconic facehugger attack scene, the egg was positioned upside down above the camera, allowing the operator to manipulate it like a hand puppet. By thrusting the egg downward towards the lens, the filmmakers created the illusion of the facehugger emerging and attacking from below. This simple yet effective method added to the surprise and shock of the scene, making it one of the most memorable moments in horror cinema history. The early stages of Alien were met with skepticism. When a professional script reader summarized the story as Jaws in space, the film's potential seemed limited. However, Ridley Scott's visionary direction and the unique blend of science fiction and horror elements ultimately elevated the film beyond a simple monster movie. The Jaws in space comparison, while initially dismissive, ultimately proved to be inaccurate as Alien became a groundbreaking and influential work of cinema. The spacesuits worn by the cast of Alien were not only bulky and uncomfortable, but also incredibly dangerous. The suits, lined with nylon and lacking proper ventilation, trapped heat and moisture, creating a stifling environment. Under the intense studio lights, actors Tom Skerritt, John Hurt, and Veronica Cartwright frequently passed out due to heat exhaustion and dehydration. A nurse was constantly on hand to administer oxygen and monitor their well-being. It was only after Ridley Scott and cinematographer Derek Van Lent's children, who were used for long shots, also experienced heat stroke that modifications were made to the suits, ensuring the safety of the cast and crew. The original backstory for the space jockeys in Alien was significantly more complex and intriguing. In Dan O'Bannon's early treatment, the planetoid was home to a vanished civilization that practiced a unique form of reproduction. They created eggs containing facehuggers, which would implant their younglings into sacrificial animals. A cataclysmic event wiped out the adult population, leaving the eggs dormant. Years later, the space jockeys, a different alien race, arrived on the planetoid for exploration. Fascinated by the abandoned temple, one of them was unfortunate enough to encounter the egg chamber and become a host for the facehugger. Despite being rescued, the space jockey's crew remained unaware of the danger. When the chestburster emerged and killed several crew members, it is then shot and killed and eventually decomposed. Its acid corroded the hull of their ship. Trapped and doomed, the space jockeys sent a desperate message warning others of the deadly parasite on the planet, and that nothing can be done to save them in time, and no one should attempt a rescue. Slowly, they starved to death. But due to budget constraints, the breeding temple concept was removed from the final film. The space jockeys were instead portrayed as a sinister race who had brought the eggs with them, hinting at a darker and more mysterious origin for the alien. The evolution of the character names in Alien was a complex process. In the original script, the characters were named Standard, Roby, Broussard, Melcones, Hunter, and Faust. However, producers Walter Hill and David Giler found these names unappealing and made numerous changes during revisions. Ultimately, they settled on Dallas, Ripley, Kane, Lambert, Parker, and Brett. Additionally, they introduced the character of Ash. The original script also specified that the characters were unisex, allowing for flexible casting choices. This meant that the characters were referred to by their last names, and any gender-specific pronouns were corrected after the actors were cast. Interestingly, while Shuzit and O'Bannon never considered casting Ripley as a female character, the idea was suggested by studio head Alan Ladd Jr., resulting in one of the most iconic female protagonists in science fiction. Ridley Scott's vision for the alien was rooted in the grotesque and unsettling imagery of H.R. Giger. The director was captivated by Giger's work, particularly his drawings from his book, Necronomicon. However, convincing the studio to embrace Giger's dark and provocative designs was a challenge. The executives were initially repulsed by the alien's phallic appearance and other sexually suggestive elements. Despite their reservations, Scott's unwavering belief in Giger's talent eventually swayed the studio. Even so, compromises had to be made to tone down the more explicit aspects of Giger's original designs, ensuring that the film's R rating remained appropriate for its intended audience. A subtle yet chilling detail in the director's cut of Alien involves the alien's cunning camouflage. During a scene where Brett is searching for the missing cat Jonesy, he enters a room filled with chains and machinery. Unbeknownst to Brett, the alien has folded itself into a ball and is hanging from one of the chains, blending seamlessly with the industrial surroundings. As the camera pans around the room, viewers can briefly spot the alien's camouflaged form, a testament to its stealth and adaptability. This hidden detail adds an extra layer of tension and suspense to the film, hinting at the alien's predatory nature and its ability to surprise its unsuspecting victims. The iconic appearance of the Nostromo, the spaceship in Alien, was the result of a last-minute decision by director Ridley Scott. Initially, the ship was painted a dull yellow, but Scott was dissatisfied with the final result, deeming it too bland and uninspiring. Rather than compromise, he made the bold choice to scrap all of the existing model shots and order a complete repaint. The Nostromo was then painted in a battleship gray that emphasized its industrial nature. This drastic change not only improved the visual appeal of the film, but also contributed to the overall atmosphere of dread and suspense. A deleted sex scene between Dallas and Ripley in Alien was intended to provide a glimpse into the crew's personal lives and their coping mechanisms during long periods of isolation. The scene would have taken place before Brett introduces his motion tracker, emphasizing the casual nature of these encounters. Additionally, a deleted scene featuring Ripley asking Lambert about her relationship with Ash hinted at the potential for sexual tension among the crew members. However, Tom Skerritt, who played Dallas, convinced Ridley Scott that the sex scene was unnecessary and would disrupt the film's pacing. Scott agreed and ultimately cut the scene, although he later revisited the idea of crew members engaging in casual sex in the prequel film Prometheus. A chilling detail in Alien's creature design is that the front part of the alien's head was created using a cast of a real human skull, adding a disturbing level of realism to the creature's appearance. This choice helped to emphasize the alien's otherworldly and predatory nature, making it even more terrifying to audiences. Balaji Badejo, the actor who brought the iconic Alien to life, was a graphic designer by profession. His role in Alien was his only acting credit, and he disappeared from the public eye after the film's release. Returning to his homeland in Nigeria, Badejo opened an art gallery and continued to pursue his passion for creativity. Tragically, he passed away in 1992 due to complications from sickle cell anemia, becoming the first of Alien's credited cast members to die. Badejo's contribution to the film's enduring legacy is undeniable, as his haunting performance remains one of the most memorable and terrifying in cinematic history. To enhance the imposing scale of the space jockey, the enigmatic alien figure discovered by the Nostromo crew, Ridley Scott employed a clever visual trick. During wide shots, he had his two young sons stand behind the prop, creating a sense of perspective that made the space jockey appear even larger and more imposing, emphasizing its ancient and powerful nature. Sigourney Weaver's initial vision of the alien was far from the iconic creature that would eventually grace the screen. When she first read the script, Weaver imagined the alien as a large, Yellow Blob, a creature that would chase the Nostromo crew through the ship. It wasn't until she saw H.R. Giger's designs that she realized the true horror and complexity of the alien. And that's it for this second part of our alien fun facts. We hope you found these extraterrestrial tidbits as intriguing as we do. But don't worry, we've got plenty more mind-bending facts and out-of-this-world secrets in store for you. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And share it with your friends who might be intrigued about our fascinating fun facts. And if you'd like to support the channel and help us grow more, you can use the Super Thanks feature. Your donations will go directly towards creating more content and improving the quality of our videos. Until next time, stay sharp and see you in part 3 of our Alien Fun Facts series.